Hello, friends, and welcome to Bottle and Bond, a discussion of the James Bond movies and lore alongside spirited companions. I am Mike Scott, and I have been watching James Bond movies for nearly 30 years, but have never really taken a deep dive into the history and lore of this film franchise. So, alongside my friend Charlie, we are going to delve into each of the 25 Eon produced movies. During this episode, we will be enjoying a beverage or two that would pair nicely with the movie. Today, we will be discussing the 24th movie in the franchise, 2015's Spectre. So find your cigarette case, prepare your favorite cocktail, shaken not stirred of course, and leave your hat at the door while we ponder this question. Should Charlie and I reveal that I am, in fact, his foster brother? This is episode 0024, Spectre. Charlie, welcome.
Thank you, Mike. Good to be here.
Hey, we had to ski over here from your house after dinner.
We did. And we're having a rare nighttime recording.
I know. It's a Friday night. Ain't got a job, ain't got shit. Oh, wait, that's a different movie. We have two companion beverages today. We have the Dirty Martini and the Moroccan Sidecar.
And the first one is shaken. I watched it.
I did it. No Countess Tracy for this one because we made this one now because if we'd have waited, we'd have basically been drinking the two drinks back to back. So I figured we'd go ahead and do the Dirty Martini now. So cheers.
Cheers.
Boy, that's a lot of olive in that.
It is.
What are your thoughts?
I like olives. I like martinis. What's not to like?
Yeah. I actually did olive brine, so it's like the real concentrated stuff. And we did Belvedere vodka because that's the vodka that they drink in the movie that he finds in Morocco in L'American.
I mean, could you tell by seeing it, or did you read that?
I looked it up.
Okay. Because I really tried to tell what he had pulled out of the wall, and I couldn't tell.
Yeah. And it's rare that Bond pulls out, so.
Exactly.
We have one listener comment from Countess Tracy.
Oh.
She wants to know if we have ranked our companion beverages. I will be honest, until a few days ago, I didn't even have them on a single list. So I finally compiled it, and I texted Charlie, and I was like, how many companion beverages do you think we've done so far? He responded 50. And once I finished compiling, it was exactly 50 companion beverages.
Wow.
So he wins the prize.
I do, which is
A dirty
martini.
Made by Count Mike.
I'll take it.
So we haven't ranked them, but
we will.
Yeah, we're going to do something.
Yeah,
we're going to do something after we finish the next episode, which is crazy to think. And we'll do like a whole ratings thing.
Yeah. I will say, I don't think we've had anything that I would actually consider bad.
We had Jepson's Malort for Casino Royale 67.
Like I said.
Wow, that's right. You would like that.
I know. It's terrible, and therefore I like it.
Yeah.
But yes, I understand objectively it's not good. So you're right. We did have that.
One little news item. Macallan released a 55th anniversary version of their scotch in honor of Diamonds Are Forever. Sure.
So if we like hashtag or at them, do you think we can get them to sponsor us and send us a bottle of that?
We should try.
I mean, we will definitely review it if they send us a bottle of it.
Free bottle is perfectly acceptable.
Yes.
I don't think I want to spend, what was it, $750?
$750. Yeah. I mean, that's a bit.
It's a bit much. Let's go to the plot summary. After taking the Day of the Dead a little too seriously in Mexico by killing Sciarra, a member of a mysterious organization, Bond is chastised by M and removed from duty. Bond rides off into the sunset. The end. Just kidding.
Is this a Dirty Harry movie or something, right? The old, no, you got to turn in your badge.
Yeah, pretty much. Just kidding. Bond is working on information from the prior M to investigate this mysterious organization that is revealed to be Spectre. He finds Mr. White, plays Dr. Kevorkian with him in return for protecting his daughter, Madeline Swan. After Bond rescues Swan from Spectre henchman Mr. Hinks, he eventually confronts the head of Spectre, his foster brother, Oberhauser, who conveniently is called Blofeld now. Recovering from this catastrophically unnecessary plot twist, I somehow finished this movie by watching MI6 blow up, M failing to pick the right C word, Bond saving Swan again, and deciding to spare the life of his, I mean, seriously, why did they make this choice? Foster brother Blofeld. Now Bond really does drive off into the sunless English sunset with Swan. Spectre.
That's a good review.
Yeah. Cast. We have Daniel Craig as James Bond, 4th of 5. Christoph Waltz as Ernst Stavro Blofeld, a.k.a. Franz Oberhauser.
I mean, he's creepy.
First of 2 appearances. And honestly, when I heard the casting, I was so excited about this. Leah Seydoux as Dr. Madeline Swan, first of 2 appearances.
Ooh, preview. She's going to be in the next one. Nice.
Ray Fiennes as M, second of 3 appearances.
You mean Ralph?
Ralph Fiennes. Ben Whishaw as Q, second of 3 appearances. Naomi Harris as Moneypenny, second of 3 appearances. Dave Bautista, a.k.a. Drax the Destroyer, as Mr. Hinks. Andrew Scott as Max Denby, Max Denby, that's right. Rory Kinnear as Bill Tanner, third of 4 appearances. Jesper Christensen as Mr. White, third of 3 appearances. Monica Bellucci as Lucia Sciarra. Stephanie Sigmund as Estrella. And Alessandro Cremona as Marco Sciarra. This was directed by Sam Mendes, second of 2. You just watched a Sam Mendes movie by the name of 1917, which is one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. Screenplay by John Logan, Neil Purvis, and Robert Wade. Music by Thomas Newman. Cinematography by Hoyt van Hoytema. Production design by Dennis Gassner.
Spoiler alert on 1917. War is really awful and stupid and pointless.
It's very true.
I'm
reading a Kurt Vonnegut book that kind of has the same sentiments like that right now.
I mean, kind of like All Quiet on the Western Front, right?
Yeah.
You get done and you're like, wow, these people's lives were taken pointlessly.
Yes. Theme song, Writings on the Wall by Sam Smith. Written by Sam Smith and Jimmy Napes. This is not the Sam Smith song that he stole from Tom Petty.
He stole a song from Tom Petty?
Not really. It's just one of those things where it just sounded so similar that it was clearly I Won't Back Down. It sounded like I Won't Back Down, but I don't think it was intentional. But
Did he actually get sued or anything? Or?
Petty was kind of nice about it. I don't think there ended up being a lawsuit, but I think Petty got some sort of credit.
Petty was doing fine.
Yeah. He wasn't being petty, so that was nice of him. This movie came out in the UK on October 26, 2015 at the Royal Albert Hall.
We still don't know.
Still don't know how many holes it takes. US release November 6, 2025. Budget, adjusted for inflation, $300 million. Worldwide box office, adjusted for inflation, $1.024 billion.
Not too shabby.
Good for 4th of 25.
Wow.
This is the second highest grossing of the modern era.
Wow.
Yeah. Host history with the film. You'd never seen this one, right?
I had never seen this movie.
That's crazy.
I know.
I saw it in the theater. I probably saw it opening weekend. And then I don't think I saw it again until last year.
Well, it's not like the old days where things are just on reruns. I mean, so many times I saw Bond, it was on reruns on TV, right? And that's just not a thing now. Now you watch whatever you want to watch at any particular time. You don't just flip through channels.
Yeah.
You go, oh, there's a James Bond movie.
Let's go to the scene-by-scene breakdown.
This martini's good. It's got the right amount of dirty brine taste in
I like
it, right?
it.
Not
it's
too
different.
much.
It's very different from the other martinis we've had.
Yeah. All right. I'll let you go ahead now.
Finally, back to the basics. We get the gun barrel at the beginning of the movie.
I was happy to see it, frankly.
It bodes well for the movie. I'm sure that means it's going to be a great movie.
Yeah.
We start off in Mexico City at the Day of the Dead celebration. A man in a black suit and top hat watches a man in a white suit with a ponytail walk by. You know he's evil with that ponytail.
I wrote ponytail guy in mask and then evil skeleton guy.
Yeah. Charlie actually arrived today wearing a suit, mask, and top hat. Unfortunately, it was a birthday suit, so I had to send him home to put some clothes on. It's a little cold out for those shenanigans.
It really is.
What would George Costanza say?
Exactly.
Man in the black suit walks with a lovely lady in a mask, heads into a building and up an elevator. So you can see from like 1917 has that long running same shot. You get this in this too.
And they're walking against the traffic. Like everybody's walking the other direction and they have the skeleton guy and the lady walking the other way holding hands.
Yeah.
Do you notice they're holding hands the whole time?
Yes. They head into room 327, not to be confused with the great sitcom 227.
Oh my gosh, yes.
The man removes his mask. Big shocker, it's James Bond. Bond kisses the mysterious woman. She sprawls out on the bed as Bond goes out the window packing heat. So Slap and Tickle.
Is she supposed to be a prostitute?
I don't know, but Slap and Tickle was denied.
Yeah.
And she was a very lovely lady.
He does kiss her. Yeah,
he does kiss her.
Yeah, it's the Dios. What I like is now we get the Dia de los Muertos Bond theme. Did you notice it's the Bond theme, but like Mexicanized?
I'll have to go back and listen more closely.
Yeah.
I didn't really make that connection.
I liked it.
That's cool. Bond heads towards another building, takes aim at a man in the building across the street.
How does he hear them?
It's bugged. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. The man in the white suit is the guy named Sciarra, and he is part of a plan to blow up a stadium in Mexico City. Bond listens to the conversation. They discuss meeting with the Pale King. As Bond is about to shoot, his infrared laser is seen in Sciarra's cigar smoke. I thought that was pretty cool.
Is that what it is? Okay.
That's what it was.
That's why
he puffs the cigar.
That's why they knew he was there.
Yep.
Okay.
After Bond kills
We should have been smoking cigars for this episode.
We should have.
I'm sure your wife wouldn't mind at all her sewing room having cigars in there.
After Bond kills several other people in the room, then shoots the bomb meant for the stadium, causing the building to collapse.
Oh, that's what happened. I didn't really understand why the building explodes.
Yes, that was the bomb that they were going to blow up the stadium.
So he shot the bomb?
He shot the bomb, yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
So everything's starting to collapse. Bond is sliding down the adjacent building's roof and lands very elegantly on the couch.
On the love seat.
That was smooth.
He sleeps on the love seat.
Is that a reference?
Yes. To Loser by Beck.
Oh, wow. Sciarra emerges from the rubble. Bond pursues. And then Bond and Sciarra join the parade.
I wrote, killed dozens, except Ponytail Guy.
Yeah, except
he just walks right out of the collapsed building. He's fine. Everyone else is dead.
Yeah. We have a helicopter that comes to pick up Sciarra in the middle of the festivities. Bond knocks out a henchman, hitches a ride on the chopper, begins fighting with Sciarra as they both almost fall out.
You know, I wrote, is it okay to kill that many people in another country and destroy a building? I mean, is that really all right? I guess we'll find out. At the time, I was like, is he really authorized for this?
Bond grabs a ring off Sciarra's finger, tries to take out the pilot as the chopper flips over in the air. Bond eventually kicks Sciarra out, kills him, and then moves on to the pilot. After some very elaborate fighting and chopper movements, Bond kicks the pilot out, gains control, and flies away from the festivities.
Okay. I wrote, do you really want to kill the pilot?
Well, it's Bond. He can fly. He can fly a helicopter. He can do everything.
Yeah, but like in real life, he would have easily crashed trying to kill this pilot before. I mean, they're so low to the ground, right? You'd be way better off threatening the pilot and saying, go land over there, and then you kill him.
Yeah.
This is just what I would do if I were a secret agent, Mike. But I suppose that's why I'm not a secret agent.
That ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Bond checks out the ring that he took from Sciarra, and it has a mysterious logo of an octopus on it.
Which, of course, we all know what that is.
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. So we get our opening credits. Writings on the Wall by Sam Smith. I find this song to be very boring. But I do like the credits.
Who is someone who I definitely know exists and sings songs.
What did you think of the song?
There wasn't much to it.
Yeah.
It was inoffensive, I guess I would say.
Just not memorable.
No.
It's better than Moonraker,
Oh,
which we still don't know.
It's better than Moonraker. If I had to listen to one of them, I would for sure listen to this. There's nothing offensive about this, right? It's fine. It's very pleasant, but it didn't do much for me.
We're now back in London. We're at MI6, where M is chastising Bond for going rogue in Mexico City.
I wrote, apparently it is not okay to kill everyone.
Yes. He talks about how MI6 is merging with MI5. Do you know the difference? MI5 is the domestic spy.
Yeah, it's like their normal like FBI people.
Yes, and then MI6 is international.
Like CIA. Yeah.
M's pissed, so he grounds Bond from all operations indefinitely. And
so the movie's over.
Yeah, Bond's like, very good, sir. And then just leaves.
I know. He's like, I've been here before.
But before he's about to leave, Max Denby arrives, and Bond insists on calling him C.
I wrote down new bureaucrat guy.
Yeah. This is Andrew Scott, who I've seen in tons of stuff, including Sherlock, Fleabag, All of Us Strangers, and the most recent Knives Out movie.
Okay.
He's the sci-fi writer.
So Fleabag and Knives Out I've both seen. So I knew
you haven't
I
watched Sherlock?
him. No.
Oh, wow. He's Moriarty in Sherlock.
Oh, okay.
That's good stuff. Moneypenny brings Bond a briefcase, but he tells her to bring it to his place later.
Yeah.
So we're at Bond's flat. Moneypenny arrives, asks if Bond just moved in, given how sparse everything looks.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Everyone seems to think Bond is finished, and Moneypenny thinks he's keeping a secret. So Bond puts on a video from the late great M. I guess I should have credited Judi Dench for 4 appearances, because technically she is in this one.
She probably got paid something for it.
So Judi Dench appeared in 8 Bond movies. M tells Bond to look for Sciarra, kill him, and then don't miss the funeral. This is the old M I'm talking about. The Judi Dench.
Right. Original.
Yeah.
His
original
for Daniel Craig.
Yes.
Yes.
Bond has been tracking Sciarra since receiving the video from M. He needs to get to the funeral, which is in 3 days in Rome. Bond recruits Moneypenny to be his mole at MI6, asks her to look into The Pale King.
3 Days in Rome is a very good song, by the way.
By
Sheryl Crow.
Is that 3 Days in Rome? Is that the name of it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I do like that song. Okay.
It's a great song.
Bond looks through some old documents, finds a temporary guardianship form and a burnt picture with a face missing. I'm sure that has no meaning whatsoever.
No, not at all.
Chekhov's burnt picture. Bond and Tanner on a boat. Not like that, you perverts. Looking at the burned up MI6 that's about to be demolished.
Or as I said, old guys in black coats standing up on boat.
Yeah.
It just looks so silly.
Yeah.
Some guy's driving them, and they're both just standing up, and then they drive like into this underground boat dock.
Yeah. So everything's moving to this fancy new building, and they're chatting. Bond and Tanner are chatting about C in that building. There's a summit where C is gunning to get access to the intelligence streams of 9 countries. It's called Nine Eyes.
All for very altruistic reasons.
Of course, absolutely. It's to keep us all safe.
Yes.
Bond and Tanner arrive at another hidden underground lair. We see Q is in there waiting for Bond. They head to a room where Q injects Bond with a smart blood microchip that can track Bond.
This is
the same thing that was in Casino Royale, but they acted like it was the first time that he had done this or something. I thought that was really weird.
Yeah. Because they brought a briefcase
down
thing
in like
and put his arm with it.
Bahamas or whatever, where the girl
and they
died.
put some kind of chip in his arm.
Yeah, I thought it was weird. They acted like it was a brand new thing.
Okay, so smart blood. Let's just talk for a minute here.
Okay,
how does smart blood transmit your location? How does it get, electrical signal? How does it transmit your location so that people can find you? But I guess they just explain it away by going, well, it's nanotechnology. Right, nanotechnology. Obviously, we can put that in your blood, and then your blood can transmit out of your body using the electrical system of your body to transmit to satellites thousands of miles away, probably hundreds.
I mean, that's what they did in Casino Royale. That's how they were able to get him to do the defibrillator and everything. They were tracking his blood. So, yeah. I mean, the nanobots go in there and they can run tests on it.
Whatever.
Get with the times. It can't all be exploding pins.
In that one, he attached those things to his chest, and that's how they could track him. That I can see, because he's hooked up to a car.
Okay.
It's got a big electrical signal it can do to transmit to like a cell tower.
But
blood is just blood.
I don't care if you were in this movie. It's okay. Q has one last thing for Bond, which is not a brand new Aston Martin DB10. That's going to 009. Instead, Bond gets an Omega watch.
I mean, I'll take the watch.
Yeah. Bond says, does it do anything? Q says, it tells time. It tells the time. Might help with your punctuality. But then he says, apparently the alarm is rather loud.
Yeah.
Bond checks out his destroyed DB5 as Q makes himself laugh he said something like, I asked you to bring it back in one piece, not bring back one piece.
Yes.
That was a good one.
That was good.
Bond tries to recruit Q to help him out. Q gives some hints that his blood tracker will drop out in the first 48 hours.
Okay. Did you notice that Bond threatens the guy's cat? He's like, yes. But I have a family. And he basically threatens the life of the guy's cat, so he'll help him.
I don't think he was being serious, but yes.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, if he can kill humans, he's got a license to kill cats.
Well, I guess so. Moneypenny arrives at the office back at MI6 with a gift and some flowers. And the gift is a very old cell phone. Looked like a Nokia or something like that.
Yeah, something.
M comes in at that point. He's like, oh, is it your birthday? And she says, no. And then she's like, that was last week.
Yeah.
Q arrives, is told 009 is there for his DB10, but strangely enough, it's gone. Who could have taken it and left a bottle of what must be Bollinger?
Exactly.
So now we go to Rome. Bond made his escape in the DB10, which is equipped with all kinds of switches.
Okay. I love that the switches are labeled with, like, the punch type label maker labels.
Yes.
Right? Like, obviously, this is a handmade car and handmade, features. And he just punched out what each one is on the label maker. I really, really enjoyed that.
We have 4 switches on this DB10. We have backfire, atmosphere, exhaust, and air. We now see Bond attending Sciarra's funeral. He spots the widow walking behind the coffin. Then again, as last rites are read,
he's super inconspicuous at this thing. Nobody could ever spot him.
We do see the back of somebody's head that we're going to see again later. Bond approaches the widow, who is Lucia Sciarra, offers condolences, points out...
I wrote, hot widow, ?
Points out she doesn't appear to be grieving.
Yeah.
This is Monica Bellucci. She was 51 years old at the time of the release of this movie.
Yeah, well...
So that's pretty cool.
She was actually age appropriate for Bond at this point.
She's older than Bond, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch the new Beetlejuice movie?
No, I haven't.
She's in that.
Is she?
She is. She's Beetlejuice's like ex-wife or something.
Oh, okay.
Lucy arrives home, pours an unidentifiable bottle of something. I couldn't figure out what that was. Heads out to the pool while some henchmen with guns follow her.
Her house isn't too shabby.
No. Just as she's about to be executed, Bond takes out the 2 henchmen and then talks to her.
I mean, he just kills them in cold blood.
Well, they were about to kill her, so sure.
Oh, those were bad guys.
Yes, they had their guns out. They were about to shoot her.
I thought they were her bodyguards.
No.
I'm with you. All right, it all makes sense.
Lucia says, all you'll buy me is 5 minutes, and Bond says, excellent, time for a drink.
Because he tells her he's a life insurance salesman.
Yes. Lucia deduces that Bond killed Sciarra, smacks him for sentencing her to death. Lucia says, if you don't leave now, we will die together. And Bond quips here, I can think of worse ways to go. So we get slap and tickle number 1.
And we see what's happening. He starts making out and unzips her dress.
Yep. So we get another slap and tickle. Bond started out low or Daniel Craig started out low on the slap and tickles. He's really picked it up in the last few
He
movies.
has picked it up. Now, I will say they're standing against a mirror, and I really expected someone to be behind the mirror, considering previous films.
Nice homage to From Russia with Love.
Yeah.
So this is probably the oldest woman Bond has had slap and tickle with on screen.
I would think.
Though because of 80-year-old Roger Moore, it probably wasn't the oldest combined age.
Nice.
They discuss the Pale King, who Lucia has never actually heard of. She mentions the organization her husband was part of is meeting tonight, how convenient, to choose her husband's replacement.
5 minutes from her home.
Yeah. Bond contacts Felix. We don't actually get to see Felix, unfortunately, but he does contact Felix to help get Lucia out of danger. So we can just assume that she did survive. So that's nice.
Yep.
Bond heads to the Palazzo Cardenza, where nothing but super fancy cars are parked outside. How did you like those cars?
I wrote, nice parking lot.
Yeah. Bond gets hassled by the bouncer, but then he flashes his Wonder Twins ring and is let through with apologies after he says his name's Mickey Mouse.
I did, right. I noticed he said Mickey Mouse, and the guy lets him in.
So we see a bunch of mysterious figures discussing big world domination plans at a giant table. A new person walks in, takes a seat at the head of the table, is too lazy to move the microphone a foot closer to his face, so has somebody come and pull the microphone up towards him.
It is, I mean, the good thing is, it's the ultimate power move, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
I sit down and the microphone is a foot out of place. You move that back into place. Like, that's how much power I have.
Yeah. This organization is behind the recent attacks in Hamburg and Tunisia and plotted the bombing in Mexico City. They discuss the termination of the Pale King in a place in Austria called Alsace. And there's a guy by the name of Senor Guerra that agrees to take care of it. The mysterious leader guy at the end of the table asks if there's somebody else that would challenge this Guerra guy to do this. And then this is where Mr. Hinks walks into the room, states his credentials for taking over for Senor Sciarra by killing Guerra just like the Mountain killed Pedro Pascal in Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Remember that?
Oh, man, it is gruesome to... I mean, even though it's acting, to see someone stick their thumbs in somebody's eyes.
Ugh.
Like, I mean, in real life, that's definitely an effective way to fight somebody off who's trying to kill you or whatever else. But, man, is that gruesome. It's... I will say, I enjoyed this scene in the sense that it is an homage to Blofeld's table...
Yep.
With all of the guys. And now he killed him by what? Like electrocution and then dropped him into the floor, I think, when he killed somebody.
I think the floor may have just been Austin Powers, maybe. No, I think you're right.
I think it did.
You only live twice. I think he did drop him in the floor.
Somebody fell in the floor. But, I mean, still, I liked that they did the big table with all the bad guys around it, giving their various reports, right? Yeah. I mean, although he didn't say, like, he didn't call him like number 7 and all that, did he?
No.
Maybe somebody did, but no.
No, I don't think we got any numbers in this one.
I did enjoy sort of the fact that they did that kind of homage. Yes.
So Mr. Hinks, as I said earlier, that's Dave Bautista, best known as Drax in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Oh, okay.
The mysterious shadowed figure begins to speak and then calls out James Bond directly. Bond is spooked by this. So the guard from outside comes in and says, "Hello, Mickey Mouse." And then he just takes that guy and throws him over the balcony, escapes from the estate, and drives off in his DB10. Hinks pursues in a fancy sports car of his own.
Okay, there's only 100 bad guys in this building.
Yeah.
And Bond just makes it out.
Right.
But
Hinks gets in a Jaguar CX-75.
Pretty sweet.
Very nice car.
Mm-hmm. Both of these cars are super amazing.
They're driving in the streets of Rome. Bond tries to use his backfire gadget only to discover there's no ammo.
Right.
So he tries...
That was actually kind of funny, right?
Was. But I like the next one better. He tries the atmosphere switch and it just starts playing New York, New York over the radio.
Yes. Obviously, it's like the playlist of 009.
Love it. Bond eventually gets held up by a Fiat that he eventually just pushes out of the way and into a parking spot. Sucks that the guy's airbag deployed after he parked.
That was pretty funny, actually. It kind of reminded me of the of Top Secret when they run into the Pinto. It's like ting, like barely hits
up.
it, and then it explodes.
Bond then calls Moneypenny during this chase, tells her the recent attacks are all connected. There's a male companion in Moneypenny's bed, and Bond hears this guy and is very jealous that Moneypenny has somebody over.
Yeah, because he never does anything with anyone else
Right.
other than Moneypenny.
Right. Moneypenny reveals that the Pale King is actually Mr. White. So we still get Mr. White again.
Okay, I did actually think it was really good movie making that they show him driving this car in this crazy car chase, and she's casually walking around her apartment, getting something out of the refrigerator, and just like sitting calmly and everything, and doing all this stuff. And he's, being chased by that Jaguar.
Bond asks her to look up a guy by the name of Franz Oberhauser and to check his files before and after his death.
Yes. How can you have a file after you die, Mike?
Just do it. Just look it up. Hanks continues to chase Bond through the city, eventually reaching a canal.
They go down the stairs. They drive the cars down the stairs. And the biggest thing I think is, these cars are so low to the ground that you couldn't even probably take either of those cars up into a normal driveway because they would scrape the ground, and they're going down those stairs. But did you notice they had to go like diagonal at the bottom of the stairs? There's no way they could have taken them straight down because the nose of those cars would have just smacked into the ground down there. And
it would have looked like the cars
them.
in Die Another Day that were just standing upright.
Exactly.
Bond tries the exhaust switch, which actually does work, and it sets Hanks's car on fire.
Yeah, that was pretty good exhaust. Just like flames out the back, basically, a flamethrower.
Because you're not going to show all four switches without using all four of them.
Oh, no, you're going to use them.
Bond then activates the air switch, is ejected from the car before it plummets into the water, and he parachutes safely to the street. We go back to Moneypenny. She's continuing her research of Oberhauser, reads an article about him dying with his father in the snow.
So he's dead.
Yeah. We're now at this summit that C is at. C discusses combining the intelligence streams of all the member states on the Nine Eyes Committee.
Okay, why did he call him C again?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think they've really
He's like,
explained
so
it.
I should call you C, but I don't remember. I never really caught why he should call him C.
Why is M called M? I guess it's the same thing.
Maybe.
I mean, we know why Q is called Q, but
yeah,
why is M called M? So I guess that's just his name.
All right.
They need a unanimous vote to initiate this Nine Eyes program, but South Africa votes no. Tanner,
smart people.
Tanner shows M that a DB-10 crashed in Rome. M calls Q and asks to confirm that 007 is in London. Q says yes, lies to him about Bond being in Chelsea.
Oh, yeah.
So now we go to Austria. Bond is driving a much more practical car, heads to a secluded house via boat. Approaching the house, Bond readies his gun. He hears a noise as he searches the house, and then some birds fly out, all building tension that's not there. Bond figures out there's a hidden room, opens the door, finds a big control center in the basement, and sitting at a table in there is Mr. White. He's clearly dying.
Is this the same actor who was Mr. White before?
It's the same guy.
Wow.
Jesper Christensen.
He really doesn't look good, does he?
No, he doesn't.
This?
He tells Bond to make it quick. Bond tells White about the meeting mentioning the Pale King, shows him the ring. Apparently, Mr. White was poisoned by thallium, which is a highly toxic metal that they put in his cell phone. Great for all the conspiracy theorists. All of our phones probably have thallium in them.
There are probably tons of thallium.
White disobeyed the mysterious leader. He drifted. He thinks he was getting too crazy, killing women and children and stuff. So he's being killed because of that. And he says that this man, this leader of this organization, is everywhere.
I did like that. He's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, it's delivered dramatically. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
This whole scene is actually pretty good.
It is very good. Bond realizes that White is protecting someone and finally surmises that it's his daughter, and Bond says that he can protect her. He then gives White his gun as collateral for his trust, I guess.
Well, hang on.
Yes.
White delivers a great line.
Okay.
You're a kite dancing in a hurricane.
That's at the very end, but yes, okay. I didn't have it written down, so yes.
Yeah, right. But I mean, you're about to say he kills himself, so
yeah. Well,
he does it before he kills himself.
White aims the gun at Bond, tells him where his daughter is at the Hoffler Clinic, says she can lead him to l'Américaine. Then he says, "You're a kite floating in a hurricane," and kills himself. Bond picks up.
That's a pretty good line, though.
It is. Bond picks up the ring, closes White's eyes, and takes back his gun.
This is at least the second closing of people's dead eyes,
yes,
because he did that to M.
Yeah. We're back in London. C and M chat about Nine Eyes and how this operation is privately funded. That's not going to come back later, is it?
About this scene, I wrote, MI6 building, stupid stairway. That building has all that open space with that crazy circular stairway that goes way up in there. I mean, I wonder if it's a real building.
Chekhov's stairway.
Yeah.
C tells M the 00 program is prehistoric. M gives C a lecture on killing a man. A license to kill is also a license not to kill. And then
very profound.
C shows how far his reach is, and he plays a recording of Bond's call with Moneypenny while Bond was driving. So, M's like, "Oh, so you spy on my agents?" And he's like, "I spy on everybody.
We watch
everyone." Yeah. Back in Austria, Hanks finds Mr. White dead. Bond arrives at what must be an allergy facility in the Alps.
Dude, I wrote, in the new Allergy Institute?
I will, to give credit where credit's due, the Countess Tracy's the one that actually said that. I basically just said, is that the place from On Her Majesty's Secret Service?
I mean, seriously. Yeah. In Austria, in the mountains. I mean, that one was Switzerland, but I mean, same thing. Yeah.
We apologize to all of our
Swiss and Austrian people.
Listeners. Dr. Madeline Swan invites Bond to sit. Like I said,
I would sit if she told me to sit.
I'm a big fan of Lea Seydoux. I know her from she was in several Wes Anderson movies. She did a movie called The Beast. She did a very interesting movie called Blue is the Warmest Color. She's just a really good actress. Swan says, "I hope you don't mind. The view can be distracting." Bond quips here, "I hadn't noticed," looking at the mountains behind her.
Yeah.
Bond answers a few...
Or the mountains in front of him.
Right. Nice.
Wah, wah.
That was a good one. Swan is asking him some questions. Bond answers them. He confirms that he consumes too much alcohol and that his parents died when he was young.
In a climbing accident.
Yeah.
Is that the first time we've heard how they died? I think it was.
He does eventually reveal himself, says that he's an assassin.
I like as she's like, "You left this last one blank. Occupation? Well, it doesn't look good on paper. I kill people."
Yeah. He tells her about that her father is dead and that he needs her help. He says he will protect her in return for help in finding l'Américaine. She tells him to leave. Bond asks for a drink downstairs at the bar. The bartender says they don't serve alcohol, to which Bond quips, "I'm really starting to love this place." Q orders Bond a very disgusting sounding drink. Did you write that down?
I mean, Q just walks in.
Yeah, Q just shows
out of
up.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't write down what it was.
Protein something, whatever.
I know,
Sounds
right?
awful.
Something that I wouldn't want to drink either.
Gives 007 info on Franz Oberhauser, saying he is dead even though Bond saw him. Bond gives Q the ring to investigate, and then Q's out. He doesn't have to help Bond anymore.
Right.
Bond gets his drink, to which Bond quips, and this will be my quip for this movie, "Do me a favor, throw that down the toilet, cut out the middleman."
That was pretty good.
Bond is escorted out, sees Hinks and henchmen grabbing Swan. Q hops onto a gondola as another mysterious henchman joins him in the lift while he is researching the ring. Swan's in the car. She injects the...
He could have researched the ring. Obviously, like he had the device with him to research the ring.
Mm-hmm.
That he just had to pull out and connect to his computer.
He just wanted to get away.
Pretty awesome device, though.
It is. So Swan's in the car, and this henchman has a needle that he's going to give her. She grabs it and injects the henchman with the needle.
Pretty good move.
Yeah. And then we have a plane flying around outside during this.
I know. So I wrote, Bond in a plane, were the keys just under the visor? I don't know where the plane was, but in like 2 seconds, he jumps in the plane, finds the keys. Listeners, are there keys to airplanes? There must be, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I just imagine him flipping the visor down, the keys are in there, and he takes off.
I don't think there's keys in the big United Airlines jet or something. Probably not those, but I would say a smaller plane, yes.
Yeah. But do they get fueled up and then somebody reaches through the window and gives you the credit card slip and you sign it and put it back out the window?
Nice. Is that airplane or is that hot shot? That is airplane, yeah.
Yes.
So we have Pilot Bond shooting at the lead vehicle, and Hinks is returning fire from that vehicle. Hinks is in a Range Rover Sport SVR, and his two backup cars are Land Rover Defender Bigfoot vehicles.
So many British vehicles.
Yeah, they're good-looking vehicles.
Oh, they are.
Someone
gave me one, but I would rather have the Jaguar or the Aston Martin.
Yeah. We're still angling for these sponsorships. Q continues to research the ring. He sees some photos of Sciarra, Le Chiffre, Green, and Silva all pop up on the screen.
Yeah, how about
that?
Dun,
dun, dun. Exiting the tram, Q is confronted by another henchman, but is momentarily saved by a bunch of skiers. Bond flies towards Hinks head on.
Before this, I love how he shoots his pistol out of the window of a plane. Yes. So first of all, a plane is flying at the exact same speed as these Land Rovers driving down snowy roads.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, I want to really understand from our physics people
whether
a plane can stay aloft at probably, 60 miles an hour that these people are driving down this snowy road. I doubt it. But the other thing is, as we find out, you can't really reach out of the window of a plane and fire accurately at another moving target from your moving target with a pistol.
You can't.
While you're also flying the plane.
But James Bond can.
Yeah, but he didn't. Right? Because the cars keep going. Yeah, he flies at him.
Bond does take out one of the cars.
Thankfully, the road they're on has enough clearance on both sides by the trees that the plane can fit through there for a time.
He plays chicken with them, and he does hit one of them, and it gets knocked out. Q does eventually escape the lift after that car explosion that they conveniently could hear from up at the lift. That was nice. Bond trails the vehicles in his plane, has his wings clipped, and then rams into the back of Swan's vehicle.
How perfect does this timing have to be that you're sliding uncontrollably down the mountain in the plane? The car's driving down a road, and it just so happens that you're straight past down the mountain, intersects the road at the exact time the car is there.
This is our first Daniel Craig, I guess, skiing scene with the plane.
You're right. He doesn't ski, does he?
No, because we had Pierce Brosnan did it in The World Is Not Enough. We had Timothy Dalton in the piano case, or the cello case, sorry.
Yeah.
We had Roger Moore multiple times.
Roger Moore skis a lot in the movies.
And Lazenby skis for half the movie in On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
He does. And even in this movie, they talk about Bond learning to ski, don't they? By the step-parents, right? Doesn't he talk about the step-parents teaching him to ski? So, I mean, we know he can ski, but I forgot that, all these other Bonds haven't skied because Roger Moore did it. It seemed like every movie he was skiing.
I don't think Connery skied though, did he?
I don't think he did.
He was always in more tropical areas for the most part.
But Roger Moore was
Roger Moore
skiing.
skied all the time. Yeah. Bond takes out the main SUV. Swan's car crashes, and we see the plane go through this building, this barn. It looked just like the barn from For Your Eyes Only, with the motorcycles where the guy throws the motorcycle at Bond.
Yes.
Bond pulls a very ungrateful Swan from the SUV, asks her about L'Americain, plays the father card, and tells her he's the best chance of her staying alive. Eventually, Bond and Swan meet Q at his hotel.
Well, okay. But the guy who had been in the car gets back up and tries to kill Bond. And I said, this is why you shoot the guy in the head.
Yes.
You don't, oh, he's on the ground. He's probably disabled. Well, that guy gets up, but then Bond has to kill him. But this is why you just shoot people in the head, Mike. Whether you think they're dead or not, just shoot them in the head.
I will keep that in mind the next time I come across that situation. Yeah. We're at Q's hotel. Q apologizes to Bond, shows him the organization led by Oberhauser, which Swan then reveals to be an organization called Spectre. I hardly know her. Q tells Bond to find L'Americain, which Swan says is a place, not a person. So now we're going to a very
quite a twist
climate.
Right there.
Yeah, we're going to a very different climate, which is Tangier in Morocco. And with that, we are going to have our second companion beverage.
Awesome.
We are back after an extended break for me to prepare these this beverage, the Moroccan Sidecar.
Yeah, so we'll see how it is.
This one has an ounce of vodka. We did the Belvedere vodka. 1.5 ounces of cognac, which was the cognac we had a few episodes ago.
Right.
3/4 ounce of Grand Marnier. 3/4 ounce lemon juice. And 1/2 ounce of saffron syrup. This is going to be the sweetest drink we've had on it.
And sugar around the rim of the glass.
Sugar rim in the glass. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, you definitely get the citrus at the end there.
You do.
But it doesn't taste boozy. There's too much other stuff in there.
Yeah. It's like a Long Island iced tea. I may not be able to get through this episode. We'll see.
I'll do what I have to, Mike.
All right. Okay, so we are in Tangier in Morocco. Bond and
Swan looking so inconspicuous, just like the locals.
Yes, yeah. They're walking the streets. They arrive at L'Americain, which is a small hotel.
Yeah, I wrote, so basically Google could have found it. If you had Googled L'Americain, you could have found that it was a hotel.
Probably. Snooty Bond is not sure that this hotel is up to snuff, but they head to a room, which ended up being Mr. White's honeymoon room.
It's definitely not good enough for teachers who just won the lottery.
Nice. Bond begins searching the walls. He doesn't find any clues as to what Mr. White hid there, but he does find a bottle of Belvedere vodka, which is why Belvedere vodka has been our vodka of choice this evening. Swan and Bond talk about her father. She decides to go to bed. Clearly, she's wasted. She's quite drunk at this point. Bond takes a seat in a chair as Swan falls asleep on the bed.
Oh, he's going to keep guard.
Yeah. That night, Bond takes aim at a mouse that was sent to kill him. The mouse is...
He was asleep, and he wakes up and sees the mouse.
The mouse is scared by Bond's threats and leaves.
Yeah.
I actually really liked that little scene. I thought that was hilarious. Who sent you?
Yes.
And then later on, Bond looks at an askew picture and decides to break through the wall.
Well, he sees the mouse go in a hole in the wall, and he's like, "Where did you go?"
Yeah.
Now, as I wrote, generally speaking, a mouse could go in any wall. That's not really a sign. Mice go in walls all the time. Do not contain secret rooms.
I mean, I've seen Tom and Jerry. I know. You don't need to explain it to me.
They just live right in there with a little bed that's made out of the little anchovy can that you roll back, right?
Right. He decides to break through the wall, and lo and behold, there's a secret room. Bond's looking around. He finds a Betamax. No, wait, sorry. It's a VHS tape that says Vesper Lynd's name on it.
So one of us lived through the Betamax/VHS battle era.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a friend who had a Betamax because as we all know, Betamax was better than VHS.
Yeah.
Which is why when the Blu-ray versus HD DVD came around.
See, that was the war that I was in.
I know it is.
Was the Blu-ray HD DVD.
But the opposite side won. Yeah. I thought for sure the HD DVD was clearly the VHS of DVDs.
So wait, you were joking about Betamax being better?
No, it actually is
better. It was better? Okay.
It is better. Just like Blu-ray is Sony's copyright. Yeah. Betamax was Sony's copyright that they wouldn't give to anyone else. So VHS won. But the quality was actually higher on Betamax.
Interesting.
Yeah. So HD DVD was the open standard one, and Blu-ray was the Sony one. And so I thought for sure HD DVD would win.
Interesting.
And it wouldn't. So this has been another episode of
Charlie's really old.
Yeah.
The tape says Vesper Lind on it. He just throws it to the ground.
And we see Swan get up from bed and realize she's taken her dress off.
Yes.
Because as you will, after you've passed out, you'll take your dress off so you can walk around in like a slip.
I mean, I always take my dress off. So yeah.
I walk around in a slip all the time.
Bond turns on a computer that's straight out of the TV show video games Fallout because it looks really old.
It does.
He realizes White was looking for Oberhauser and he sent Bond to finish the job. So they search the map for their next destination. We get a brief scene back in London. M and Moneypenny arrive to the big Nine Eyes meeting and chat with C. The South Africans are now on board with Nine Eyes.
Why are they, Mike?
Refresh my memory.
Because we see a scene with a bombing in South Africa.
That's right. Yes. Yep.
Which, of course, was orchestrated, as we know, by the same people who want them to capitulate and agree to this agreement.
Yep. So C is going to be the head of the new committee. He tells M the minister is closing down the 00 program. The look that Moneypenny gives C as they leave is pretty priceless.
Yeah.
We're now on a train. Is this the train from Russia with Love? Because it sure reminded me of it. No Karen Bay to help him out, though. Bond gives Swan some training on guns. Swan says, "What if I accidentally shoot you?" Bond replies, "It wouldn't be the first time."
She says, "I hate guns."
Yeah. Swan very quickly unloads the gun, dismantles it, shows she already knows what she's doing because she had to take down a home intruder when she was a kid.
Yeah. So she doesn't hate them because she doesn't know
she
how
hates
to
them because she used it, yes. Back in London, quickly, M sits alone as Q and Moneypenny show up in a pub. Q shows M where Bond is located. M says they can't help him. M orders them to delete all of the Smart Blood files and then walks out.
Did you like Bond's line when after the gun thing, he goes, I guess I'll skip hand-to-hand combat.
Yes. We're now in a dinner car. Swan arrives looking very lovely. Bond's perfectly formed ass is in a white suit.
These are obviously clothes that they packed.
Of course.
When they were going on this
I believe
jaunt.
The Countess Tracy made the same comment. It's like, where did they get these clothes?
Exactly. I mean, I like how Bond goes out. He's like, could you press this to the porter in the train? Yeah, they pack these. I've never seen him carry a suitcase in this whole thing, Mike.
They sit down. Swan asks, why does a man choose a life of a paid assassin? Bond quips, well, it was that or the priesthood.
That was good.
And then this is where Bond and Swan enjoy their dirty martinis as they continue to chat. And because we didn't want to drink 2 drinks within 2 minutes of each other, we already had our dirty martinis. Hinks the Destroyer shows up, ruins Bond and Swan's first date.
Or as I said, big guy attacks.
Yeah. Swan tries to help, but gets knocked out. Bond and Hinks continue fighting as Bond sets Hinks on fire. Who throws a candle, honestly?
It's a good move. Did you notice there's nobody in the train kitchen?
Yes.
Nobody in the kitchen. They fight through all of these train cars where nobody is working. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Hinks prepares to throw Bond from the train, but Swan arrives and shoots Hinks. Bond and Hinks fight some more. Bond puts a rope around Hinks' neck, which pulls him out after it's attached to a bunch of kegs of beer.
Pretty good move, actually.
Rest in peace to all those kegs of beer that went to waste.
I know, right? But they did pull the guy out of the train.
Yes.
You can buy more kegs of beer, Mike.
Yeah. Kind of like throwing Mama from the train. Have you ever seen Throw Mama from the Train?
I have. It's been a long time.
Swan then says, "What do we do now?" And we get Slap and Tickle number 2 with Madeline Swan.
Yes. I said, what do we do now? Sex, obviously.
Nice. The next morning, Bond and Swan are dropped off in the middle of nowhere. Maybe
right. I mean, that's quite a train station.
Yeah.
In the middle of a desert.
I got a dark...
How many deserts has Bond been in? He's in deserts quite a bit.
Is. I got a real Darjeeling Limited vibe to that whole aspect of it.
Yes.
Swan spots a vehicle heading towards them.
What is that?
It is a 1948 Rolls-Royce Silver Wraith, similar to a vehicle in From Russia with Love.
Pretty sweet car.
It is. We now get to Oberhauser's, I call it estate. I mean, lab, factory, whatever. So we get back to a nice throwback to old Bond movies. We get a very accommodating villain. He invites Bond to relax and then meet for drinks at 4.
I really liked how he had the sprinklers running on the lawn in the middle of the desert. Like, I don't know where that water comes from, but he's got the beautiful, perfectly manicured lawn out in front of his evil lair.
Bond is asked to give up his gun. Bond goes to his room. He sees a photo. This is the burnt photo from earlier. He sees a full photo now with him and Oberhauser in between Bond's foster father. Madeline in her room sees a photo of her and her father. We actually saw that photo earlier also.
Yeah.
Bond and Swan are escorted to a planetarium. They're offered some champagne, which Bond declines. Inside of the planetarium is a dark room filled with a large meteorite called the Kartenhof. This is the meteorite that actually hit in that area.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. And then Oberhauser steps from the shadows. He looks a lot like that head Nazi guy from Inglourious Basterds.
He really does.
Because it's Christoph Waltz, who should have been perfect in this role, if the story were better. Hint, hint. Bond and Oberhauser banter as they head to a large control room. Oberhauser shows Bond a video of M retiring the 007 program. Bond figures out at this point that C is actually part of Spectre, or he's helping Oberhauser. Oberhauser reveals he was behind Silva, Green, and Le Chiffre, and that he caused the deaths of Vesper and M. Then Oberhauser, in this big room with all these computers, shuts off the lights. All the henchmen clearly drank the Kool-Aid because they all stand up at the same time and just kind of stare at him.
I know, right? That's like creepy.
It was very
when the
creepy.
lights go out and they all stand up. Did you like how he asked Bond, "Why did you come here?" "I came here to kill you." "I thought you came here to die."
It's all a matter of perspective.
It is, right?
Yeah. Oberhauser then plays a video of Bond's conversation with White.
Because they're watching everyone.
Yeah. And Bond tells Madeline to look at him instead of looking at this video. And then, we hear the gunshot. Madeline starts. But at least, at this point, Madeline knows that Bond was never lying to her about anything.
Right.
And then Bond gets concussed for the 63rd time in the franchise's history.
Right? I was thinking, seriously, how much CTE does Bond have?
Hopefully he donates his brain to...
Oh,
wait,
gosh.
no, we won't talk about anything else yet. 007 wakes up. He's strapped to a chair, looks around, and we get the best part of this movie, the return of Mr. Bigglesworth.
Yes.
The white cat
Finally.
It's been forever.
It really has.
For Your Eyes Only, maybe? Was he holding Mr. Bigglesworth when he got dropped into the smokestack?
I think he was.
Yeah.
I think the cat was in his lap.
Yeah. Oberhauser's talking like a madman to Bond and Swan.
You know what I wrote? No. Blofeld doesn't wear socks.
I made that same comment.
That's hilarious.
Literally did.
Just for you listeners, I do not like to wear socks. And so any time of year where you cannot wear socks, I don't wear socks. And I've been made fun of at work for wearing like penny loafers without socks, which was how you wear them in the 80s during the preppy time period when I was growing up.
And this is why
like socks.
This is why my foster brother Charlie wants to kill me, because I never not wear socks.
Exactly, right?
I always wear socks.
So I am Blofeld.
Yes. And that just makes me James Bond, so I'll take it. So Oberhauser, after talking like a madman to Bond and Swan, he begins the process to penetrate Bond with a drill to the head. Perverts. Bond gets a little nice quip in here. We'll get on with it then. Nothing can be as painful as listening to you talk.
See, that's my favorite quip.
Is it? Nice.
That's pretty
It's pretty good too. Oberhauser is pissed.
I mean, if you can think to say that when a drill bit is about to drill into your skull, that's pretty good.
Oberhauser is pissed and jealous of Bond because Oberhauser's dad loved Bond better. I mean, I gotta say, is this the worst stupid plot thing in the history of Bond? This is what did it for me for this movie.
It's not great.
Yeah.
And
we'll talk about it more at the end.
Part of the reason it's not great is because they just throw it out there and then do nothing. Right? It might have possibly been interesting.
Yeah.
If you learned any backstory or anything, in depth about it, right?
Yeah.
But they throw it out there, and then basically nobody mentions it for the rest of the movie, and it just it could have been good, but it wasn't good the way they did it.
At this point, Oberhauser goes cuckoo, and Bond says, "Do you know any other bird calls, Franz?" Franz reveals that he is no longer Franz Oberhauser, but he is Ernst Stavro Blofeld.
Surprise.
Is this the worst plot twist in the history of Bond?
I mean, we knew he was Blofeld, right? Like
we knew, but this was the big reveal.
Yeah.
Bond tries to activate his noisy watch as Swan checks on him, because Bond at this point had been drilled in the head once. Because basically this was going to turn him into a vegetable.
I guess.
Yeah. Swan tells him she loves him, despite them, maybe meeting, I don't know, a few days ago.
Well, but based on his history, this is as far as he gets, usually.
Bond then starts to say, Tempus Fugit. And didn't we have Tempus Fugit?
Which means we must have talked
Does
about
time
this.
fly? I'm pretty sure we had this in another movie. Maybe one of the
Time
Timothy
flies.
Daltons?
It might be. Great song by the rock band Yes, by the way. Tempest Fugit.
I can't say that. I don't know it. Swan throws the watch at Blofeld. It explodes and knocks him over. Bond and Swan then escape the facility as Bond shoots down the henchman, then blows up the gas tanks.
It's a good move.
Yeah. More henchmen, are mowed down. Bond steals a helicopter after the facility explodes, and that surely kills Blofeld. Blofeld.
Well, first, so Bond and Swan duck into the Return of the Jedi door to protect themselves.
Nice.
The door to the shield generator.
Yeah. We now go to London.
This isn't the end of the movie, is it? That's what Becky said. She's like, this isn't the end of the movie, is it?
Oh, nice. So now we go to London. M, Tanner, and Q arrive at the safe house that's called the Hildebrand. You've read that now, right? The Hildebrand Rarity?
Yes.
Oh, maybe that's one of the short stories.
Yeah.
That has to be a reference to that.
Yeah.
Bond is waiting inside with Swan. M and Swan meet, despite already meeting in the Grand Budapest Hotel. They are going to all work together to take care of C. Swan says she can't go back to this life, so outside she says goodbye to Bond as the three Hamlets, if you remember from our previous episode, get into the car, which has Moneypenny in it also. One of the cars has Moneypenny in it. Madeline's walking away. She thinks she's being followed. We cut away from her. We then see Q hacking into C's system, sees they have 32 minutes to disable this Nine Eyes thing before it all goes online.
Yeah. At which point, what happens?
I don't know. All the intelligence immediately gets shared, I guess.
Okay.
We're heading through a tunnel. Bond is T-boned by 2 other cars, and Bond is carried away and put in the back of a truck.
No, dude. Bond is T-boned by a pickup truck in London, England.
Okay.
How many pickup trucks do you think drive around England? I'm guessing not many.
No. You have to ask one of your...
Somebody must have paid for this product
your
placement.
English friends.
I cannot imagine too many Londoners driving around in pickup trucks.
Q almost gets shot in the face. M escapes. The other 2 Hamlets and Moneypenny pick up M and they head for C. A lot of single letter things here. Bond is taken to the old MI6 building in the meantime, and before the henchman can take him inside, he manages to dispatch with both of them.
Right. He's in a hood. He can't see anything, and he kills both the guys. Yeah. I mean, pretty awesome.
It's James Bond. So this is where Chekhov's MI6 building comes into play.
Yeah.
C gives orders on a phone, finds out his computer was hacked as M is sitting there in his office and calls him out. M says he's going to arrest C for poor taste in friends.
I know. I'm going to arrest you. Based on the blah, 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 I'm going to arrest you. On what grounds exactly? Poor taste in friends.
You'd be arrested for the same thing right here.
I know, right? That was actually pretty good,
It was. Bond moves around, and MI6 sees that it's rigged to blow. C lectures back to C. He's lecturing M on where the power should be, and then he bemoans democracy.
Of course.
Because
stupid democracy.
At this point, M calls out C for, he's with Blofeld. And C says, moronic. Isn't that what M stands for? And then M says, and now we know what C stands for. Careless. All you had to do was not say careless. That's all you had to do. Nobody wanted him to say careless.
No.
Say the damn word we want or say nothing at all.
I mean, because they're in England.
Yeah. We all know these Brits with their dirty mouths, and we want to hear it. We want to hear M call C the C word.
You know what Becky said? That's not what I was thinking.
Worst decision. One of the worst decisions ever in a Bond movie.
I mean, it makes sense at the time.
You don't have to say the C word. You can just imply it. It's fine.
But, I mean, it makes sense in the movie because he shows C that he has all the bullets from the gun. C's trying to kill him, and there are no bullets in the gun. I know. I understand.
This is why I should write movies. Anyway, we're back at MI6. Targets of Bond light up as he continues searching MI6. So we see
what do you think that? Well, what's that all about?
I don't know. Just
who did those?
I would assume Blofeld did them, or Blofeld's henchmen. He's got henchmen everywhere.
They knew he was going to show up here.
He is everywhere.
Okay, all right.
We see Q's running out of time. Bond then sees pictures of Le Chiffre, Silva, Vesper, White, and M.
So you know what I wrote? He's in the Man with the Golden Guns funhouse?
Nice. I like that. Bond finally arrives at a glass window, behind which is Blofeld, who's looking a bit worse for the wear.
I mean, he tries to shoot him through the window.
Yeah.
That's exactly like the mirror scene.
Yes.
In Man with the Golden Gun, right?
I will say at least this Blofeld does still have his hair.
He does.
Blofeld's teasing Bond again, reveals that Swan is in the building. Bond is giving 6 minutes to find Swan. Or is it 3 minutes? It is 3 minutes.
I wrote 3.
I put 6 because of the callback to GoldenEye.
Nice.
Q continues his hacking. M tells C it's time to leave. C and M struggle for the gun. The ceiling shatters. C loses his balance and falls to his death.
Yeah, that didn't take much.
Bond continues searching MI6 for Swan as the countdown continues. Blofeld,
I mean, that's a big building, and Bond's just kind of running around blindly.
In 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Blofeld watches from a helicopter. Bond conveniently finds Madeline in the same room that he ends up in where the helicopter's watching him.
With a bunch of ropes around her?
A bunch of ropes and a bunch of cables attached to her.
Sure.
He unties her, and then he does an Aladdin and says, "Do you trust me?" And she says, "Do I have a choice?" And they jump down the shaft. That's okay. It's not a euphemism. They literally jump down a shaft.
Does he know the trampoline's at the bottom of that shaft?
Yes, I would assume he did. He had to have. Yes.
Okay, but how did he know? Why is there a trampoline?
Because he was there down there at the beginning. I don't know.
I'm just wondering.
No, you make good points.
Yeah.
Anyway, they land on this bouncy net and head out of the building just in time via boat. As MI6...
I mean, they're in a boat.
They are in a boat. As MI6 collapses, Bond and Swan chase the helicopter via boat. Bond uses his trusty pistol to shoot the chopper out of the sky, and it crashes into a bridge.
It's super easy out of a moving boat to shoot a pistol at a moving helicopter. Pretty easy.
Well, we already saw him try to do it with a plane, so why not with a boat?
Right? Boat's even harder.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how rough a boat is?
I do. Remember that time when I drove us around on a boat
That's
in Michigan?
right. You did drive us around on a boat, and the boat tried to get away from us.
Well, I had some very terrible
Gilligans.
I have very terrible Gilligans on that boat.
Yes, first mates.
Little buddies. Bond, M, Moneypenny, and the rest approach the bridge where the helicopter is. Bond gets to Blofeld first. Blofeld expects Bond to shoot him, but he doesn't, and he releases the clip on his gun with a quip that says, "out of bullets."
That's fine.
M is at one end of the bridge. Swan is at the other end. Bond makes his decision, heads for Swan. Blofeld,
I mean, if I had that choice,
of course,
I'd head for Swan.
Of course.
Too.
Blofeld is then arrested by M.
And Bond, what does he say as he's walking away? I've got something better to do.
Nice. We go to the next day.
Or someone.
Someone better to do. Nice.
Right.
Next day, Q is working in his lab as Bond drops in for a favor. And then the last thing we see in this movie, Bond and Madeline hop in the old DB5 that somehow got rebuilt in that little amount of time. And they drive off together.
Well, it was close to being done.
Sure. Okay. That's it. That's Spectre. A couple trivialities. The DB12 was built specifically...
DB10.
I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry.
We've
DB10.
had a lot of drinks in this movie.
We have. The DB10 was built specifically for this movie. It did not exist before this movie. There were 10 total cars constructed. There was
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, there were like 7 made for specific stunt stuff and then 3 regular ones.
I mean, the thing is, like, we think of cars as things that are built on huge assembly lines.
Yes.
But, like, these 10 cars were built, like, by people just building the car. I'll take one of those.
Yeah. So Danjack, which was like the Cubby Broccoli production company that had been around forever, they acquired all of the remaining rights from Kevin McClory's estate, including Blofeld and Spectre, on October 13th, 2013. Kevin McClory is also the guy that co-wrote Thunderball, which is why we get Never Say Never Again,
right.
Which is why we're going to have a bonus episode.
And since then, they had owned Spectre.
Yes, he owned Spectre because I think he wrote Spectre first.
Okay.
Or at least he co-wrote it with Ian Fleming.
Okay.
Because Thunderball was originally a screenplay before it was a book.
A novel. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so that's why that was all entangled. Book comparisons. There is no book, but the name Oberhauser does actually appear in Octopussy,
Oh, okay.
the story. Final thoughts and rating. I have been dreading this one. So we'll talk about things I liked. I mean, I think the movie's very fun. I think that there's a lot of really good Bond elements in the movie. Daniel Craig is, normal Daniel Craig. He's great. Leah Seydoux's great. M's great. They're all, the cast and everything is great. But the thing I didn't like damn near ruins the movie for me. And it's the whole stupid Oberhauser is Bond's foster brother. Oberhauser is Blofeld.
It's amazing how easily you could have not had that in there.
Yeah. Why do you make that decision? I don't understand it.
It's one scene of the movie.
Yeah.
And you could have just not had him say it and torture Bond.
Yes.
And the whole rest of the movie would have been fine.
If he had just been Blofeld, no relation to Bond, if he'd just been Blofeld and he was pissed at Bond for what he did to Lashif,
Right.
and he continued to do this stuff in all the other movies, it's a completely different situation. Because then it's just him getting revenge on Bond for ruining his business operations. And that's fine. Why not just do that? But they didn't. And
because he works for Spectre.
That whole thing. And then it just bothers me to death that he said careless in that scene with C.
Oh, that's funny.
All he had to do was not say careless and it would have been fine.
If he had just said, now we know what C stands for.
Yeah, that's it. That's all he had to say.
I agree.
Now, if he'd have said the actual C word, I probably would have stood up and
But
applauded.
back when they made this movie, I don't know. Well, yeah.
I mean, we're talking 2015.
Well, actually, the problem is in England, you could get away with it. But in America, it would have been censored.
I mean, it's almost worse than the F-bomb.
Yeah, it is in America.
So here's where I'm going to put Spectre.
Gosh.
I don't hate this movie. I really don't. It's just probably the most disappointing Bond movie for me because of the decisions made in the plot. Another thing is like the whole thing with Bond and Swan that happened really fast. And
it always happens fast.
As you'll see in the next movie, it's like, wow, that really did happen fast. I'm going to give it 3.5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to put it above Quantum of Solace, but I'm going to put it below Dr. No. So that's going to put it at number 19.
Okay. So for me, I mean, I will tell you, I enjoyed it.
I was kind of getting that vibe from me that you did like this movie.
Honestly, I will say. So the whole thing about them being foster brothers, they didn't need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You either need to do it and I mean, like the whole thing in when Sean Bean's in there, right?
Yeah.
They introduce it and then there's the whole plot revolves around the fact that they were together at one time and so forth and worked together and all that. The fact that you just toss this in there and then do nothing with it.
Yeah.
And
then make him Blofeld.
Blofeld's dead in like 10 seconds, in theory, right? His place blows up. But they do nothing with it. Now, maybe they'll do something with it in the next movie. I guess I don't know. But I guess the thing is, other than that, I enjoyed the movie as just a pure action movie. Like, it was entertaining.
Okay.
Right? Just as being entertaining, I liked it.
All right.
Now, that being said, I got to look at my list here. I'm going to give it 4 stars, and I'm going to put it at number 17. I mean, that's not really
still
that
not much
higher
than me. Yeah.
But the thing is, I found it very enjoyable to watch.
That's
like
good.
For whatever reason, you know what I think the thing is? Skyfall is so serious.
Yes.
It has such a dark and involved plot. And this one you just watch and it's entertaining.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, based on that, I just enjoyed it.
I mean, you take out the brother thing, it's probably 4.5 for me, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't need to do it,
me
right?
So
there was no
much.
reason to do it. If you weren't going to explore
because
that.
That's not who Blofeld is. Blofeld is this big, secretive leader of this nefarious organization. He didn't need to have some old connection with Bond where basically he's getting revenge on Bond for everything. But there's so many good things that I couldn't rate it lower than that. But
if you were going to do that thing, you need to explore it and have more about it.
You could have planted seeds of it in all the old movies if you really want to do that. But obviously they didn't want to do that. They didn't think of this until now.
Or you somehow expose it at the beginning of this movie and somehow play it more into the movie and the problem between these two people. Right. Like, really, if that's true, you should have had Bond have more of a reaction when he sees Blofeld for the first time in the secret meeting. Like, it should have been, you should play it up more.
Yes.
And then it might be okay, like Darth Vader.
Right.
Right? I mean, then you're like, okay, we see that they were related, and now this is personal. Now it's personal. Yeah. But anyway, I'm willing to forgive it because I thought the rest of the movie was very enjoyable. Like, you don't have to really think too much about it, and it's very entertaining. I don't know. It's interesting how some of the movies are just more entertainment and the other ones have a lot more like to them, but they're still enjoyable.
It's so funny with Daniel Craig because it's like Casino Royale. You know, you have all this deep stuff and everything.
Yeah.
Quantum of Solace, you got nothing. It's just a dumb action movie.
Him just chasing some guy.
Skyfall, you got this big, this crazy stuff going on. And then Spectre, it's like dumb action stuff with a dumb twist. So we'll see with the next one.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you liked it. I didn't know where you were going to land on this one. We decided, we didn't really talk about this one beforehand because you had never seen it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm glad it was good to watch.
So let's talk about the theme song, Writings on the Wall.
I mean, it's just there.
Yeah, it's just kind of background stuff. But honestly, now that I'm looking at them, I think I'm going to do 18. I'm going to put it right after You Only Live Twice. It's not bad, but really, I think I like the music more than... Sam Smith's voice just kind of annoys me, if I'm being honest. I really wish he kind of put more oomph into the song.
Yeah. See, I don't know that much about him or anything. Yeah. Right? So maybe him having a real smooth voice is just his
That's
thing.
kind of his shtick. Because, like, his big song, I think, the one that I was telling you about with the Tom Petty thing, it's called Stay With Me.
Okay.
It's not... I mean, he doesn't have the kind of voice... He probably does have the kind of voice, but he doesn't use the kind of voice where he... really gets big and bombastic with it.
Yeah.
Unlike, say, a Tom Jones doing Thunderball, where he almost like killed himself to hit the notes on Thunderball.
Yeah. I'm going to put it at 20.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's funny. We're pretty close on both of these, both of those things. So we then have Slap and Tickle Count. We're up to 53. The VD...
More than drinks we've had.
Bond's VDs are just like, they're all offsetting each other because he's got so many.
So in 2.5 hours, he can have more of that than drinks we have.
Nice. And our Bond and boat count will remain at 10. So our final
they were on a boat. It could have happened.
Yeah. Charlie, this was our penultimate episode for now.
I can't even believe
we have one more episode, and that episode... is No Time to Die. I got to make sure I got plenty of Kleenex. Not for any sick reasons, you perverts.
Yeah, right.
No Time to Die hits me hard. So look forward to discussing that one with you.
Yeah, I'll just be sad because it's our last Bond movie we're watching until they make another one, which will be years from now.
Yep, and we probably won't talk until that other one comes out. We'll never see each other again until then.
No, I mean, we need to keep it that way so that we can have a pure reaction to that Bond movie. We have to make sure that we have had no contact.
And this is my foster brother abandoning me in my time of need. That'll do it. Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, Mike.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Bottled in Bond. If you'd like to send us a message, you can do so at bottledinbondpod@gmail.com. Till your next briefing, pour yourself a drink, light a smoke, and find yourself a spirited companion. Goodbye.